Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
It's been a deadly and dangerous day on Connecticut roads. 5 people have died in 3 crashes over the last 24 hours. And we begin tonight in Prospect, where we just learned 3 people died in a 3-vehicle crash early this morning. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Police say the crash happened just before 5:30. 4 people were taken to the hospital, where 1 died. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules is in Prospect with more details on the crash and reaction from people who live in the area.
Talmadge Hill Road was closed for hours after the deadly crash. People who live nearby say that this road and others in the area are no stranger to accidents and speeding.
I did hear the sirens this morning, and I was like, oh no, another accident. And that's sad.
Sandra Patterson says with constant speeding down Talmadge Hill Road and visibility issues, accidents are all too common here.
It's just, you can't see it. That's number one. Unless you're in the area, it is a blind road.
She says this road is very dangerous.
Speed limit is 45 here. Up by the school, it's 25, 35. People do 60, 70 up here. And if you're coming out of a side road, you're not gonna make it. And there's been a lot of deaths on this road. At least once a year, there's just somebody gets killed on here.
Connecticut State Police say the 3-vehicle crash happened just before 5:30 in the morning.
Very sad, heartbreaking for the family. Just a tragic situation. Tragic situation.
A tow truck was seen removing one of the severely damaged vehicles hours after the crash. Dennis Fortier has lived nearby for 45 years.
From New Haven to Waterbury, lots of traffic, and you have to be careful going out onto it.
With so much traffic in the area, he says he often has a hard time getting across the street with his lawnmower.
Oh, sometimes I have to wait 5 minutes for the traffic.
While the cause of the crash is still unknown, he says this is a grim reminder about driving safely on these roads.
Slow down, follow the speed limits, and pay attention to the road.
People in the area hope to see speed bumps put in on some of these roads and have a stronger police presence in the area. In Prospect, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Then in East Hartford, police say a woman was hit and killed near a busy intersection. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza has those details.
I'm standing near the intersection of Forbes Street and Silver Lane, where East Hartford police say an older woman was struck and killed. This happened just steps away from Sunset Ridge School and a busy neighborhood. Police were called to this intersection around 5:15 a.m. after reports of a crash. When officers arrived, they found an older woman lying in the roadway in front of Forbes Street with serious injuries. Despite life-saving efforts from first responders, paramedics pronounced her dead at the scene. Neighbors tell me this area gets a lot of foot traffic, but have noticed how fast some people drive down the road, calling it a raceway. One woman who lives just a few houses down expressed why she's concerned.
This is a very walking area, very elderly area where people walk every day. They walk with their dogs, and it's a nice walk. And to think that someone got hit this morning, it breaks my heart because it's someone's mom, someone's grandma, someone's sister. And to leave home 5 a.m. in the morning to take your daily walk and not make it back, I think it hurts. It hurts.
Investigators say the driver did stay on scene and is fully cooperating. This intersection was closed for several hours but has since reopened. We'll be sure to keep you updated on the victim's identity and the cause of the crash as soon as those details are released. For now, in East Hartford, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
A Madison man was thrown from his motorcycle and died in a crash yesterday in East Haddam. State police tell us this happened on the East Haddam-Colchester Turnpike just after 4:30 in the afternoon. Troopers say a driver was turning left when they hit Stephen Nichols. He died at the scene. The driver has not been charged. Shelton police say a teen turned themselves in yesterday after a street takeover last month. 17-year-old Jason Barrios from Norwalk is accused of hitting a juvenile. Back on September 14th, officials say a young person was seriously hurt on Bridgeport Avenue. The boy has since been released from the hospital. Barrios is being charged as an adult with reckless driving and evading responsibility. He's out on bond and due in court next month.
Right now, police are looking for a man who they say forced a woman out of her car and took off in it last night in Wethersfield. Officials tell us the carjacking happened around 10 o'clock at a Stop and Shop on the Berlin Turnpike. Investigators say a 5'10" Hispanic man who was wearing a beige hoodie and camouflage camouflage pants took a woman out from her driver's seat. Police say the man didn't use weapons or hurt the woman. The gray Buick LaCrosse with this Connecticut license plate is now reported as stolen. We're told it was last seen traveling north toward Maple Avenue in Hartford. Call Wethersfield Police if you can help with the investigation.
Hartford police identified the man they say crashed a car in the Old City Steam Brewery yesterday morning. Sareem Prasad is charged with DUI, reckless driving, and interfering with an officer. We learned his name a day later because officials say he refused to tell them who he was. He's still behind bars, though, on a $5,000 bond. Prasad is expected in court next month. Police have made an arrest in a North Haven jewelry store robbery that happened back in July. Police say 43-year-old Herman Milton of Hartford used a sledgehammer to break into a local jewelry store on Washington Avenue. They say he stole tens of thousands of dollars worth of high-end watches before leaving the scene in a car that was waiting for him. Police say they took Milton into custody Tuesday after what they called a thorough investigation. He's being held on a $90,000 bond.
Well, good news for Bushnell Park fans. Today, Hartford leaders celebrated the completion of a project to restore the pond at the park, which means no more construction fences around it. The project took about 6 months and more than $2.5 million, but today the pond is back open for everyone to enjoy. Fox 61's Solene Arif gives us a look around.
It's still the same pond in the same park that people have loved for years, and now that it's gotten some much needed maintenance, it should hold up for many more years to come. In downtown Hartford is a park that brings both locals and tourists out for a stroll.
I think it's great. So there are like various of landscapes. So you have the pond, you have a lot of statues.
Jerry and Eve Wing are visiting from Boston and love how clean the Bushnell Park pond looks.
I don't smell anything, so feels clean to me.
That's thanks to a $2.8 million project that started in May to make sure this pond was restored to its former glory.
I've heard that things from the 90s are back in fashion. Apparently, the last time this place was dredged was in the 90s, and so this was an incredible undertaking.
Mayor Arun Arulapalam says in the last 30 years, it's built up layers and layers of sediment and silt. Not only did they dredge the pond to make the water crystal clear, they also restored the water quality and restored the brownstone walls surrounding the pond. The same pond, but better. Just in time for the flocks of visitors Bushnell Park gets in the fall with the changing leaves.
Parks could be the great democratizing asset in a city, that they can bring together people of different races, of different ages, of different socioeconomic groups to enjoy the beauty of our outdoors.
The park's now filled with 1 million gallons of water, a gallon for each visitor the park sees every year.
As soon as the pond was opened, people were sitting on the benches, the geese are back, the fountains are going, the lights are on. It's so beautiful, and it makes just Bushnell Park look so much better.
The mayor hopes people appreciate the history that this pond and park hold and the work it takes to restore Connecticut's oldest publicly funded park.
We are so proud of this project, of all of the work that went into this, and it is a testament to the commitment we have as a city to our park system, which is among the best of any mid-sized city in America.
All parks in Hartford are open from dawn to dusk, and the leaves are already changing colors here. But if you really want to see the fall foliage, it's recommended to come visit in the next couple weeks. Reporting in Hartford, Solene Arif, Fox 61.
New here at 6, Senator Richard Blumenthal says an Afghan interpreter is back home with his family here in Connecticut after being in ICE detainment for the last 2 months. Zia S., that's what they're being identified as, was arrested in July in East Hartford after a routine biometrics appointment for his green card. ICE claimed he came into the U.S. illegally and without documents. Senator Blumenthal says he has no criminal history and has an approved visa and other necessary travel documents. Zia worked as a translator and cultural advisor contractor for American forces in Afghanistan. His youngest brother was also an interpreter. Leaders say the Taliban viewed their family as pro-American, which they say puts them at risk for violent retaliation. Zia has been back with his family here in Connecticut since Tuesday.
3, 2, 1, go!
Well, one of America's most influential people was born and lived right here in the area of Hartford a couple hundred years ago.
His house still stands today, but it needed a little bit of help to maintain its character. Fox 61's Joe Monty was there to catch the celebration.
If you take a look behind me here, you're going to see a really old house. Now, sure, Connecticut has plenty of them, but we only had one Noah Webster, and he was born right here in this house in West Hartford nearly 270 years ago. The name Webster probably sounds familiar because it's the name on the front of a book that you've definitely seen before, the Webster Dictionary. Published in 1828, it took Noah Webster 22 years to write the book, which is still used and has since been expanded upon today. Some call Webster a founding father. He can definitely be considered one of America's most influential figures. That's why the West Hartford community celebrated the completion of a project at the Noah Webster House.
3, 2, 1, go!
The visitor center got a brand new roof to replace the old rotted one. The building also got new windows, new siding, repairs to the gutter system, and a fresh coat of paint. Governor Ned Lamont and other state officials came to celebrate the project's success. Lamont shared how important Noah Webster was and still is to Connecticut and this country.
A country is a culture, and a culture is held together by a common language. So Webster's Dictionary is not just a list of words, but it also was showing that America was not just an offshoot of Britain, but was its own cultural entity.
These renovations come as America gets closer to its 250th year of independence. The updates to the building will hopefully help it last and educate future generations for another 300 years. In West Hartford, Joe Monty, Fox 61.